God bless you, Master Marla. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? You know, Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's truly necessary. This concerns the murder of the Baron. Yes, it's tragic, but what does it have to do with me? Why did you have to leave Kirsau to go to a hermitage? Baron Rothvogel had an appetite for young women. Neither his marital vows nor the vows of the women seemed to matter much to him. When I was on my way to town one day, he surprised me in the meadow and made his interests clear. Do you walk to town alone? I'll let her continue. I refused his advances. I thought that would be the end of it. This was not enough, because he did the same thing the next day. I refused him again. Why didn't you tell Mother Cecilia, Father Matthias? I'll just let her continue. I'm not going to shift blame on her. I thought if I was patient, the problem would leave with him. I never thought that the Baron was capable of doing what he did. On the third day, he attacked me on my way through the meadow. He dragged me into the forest where he could have his way with me. I managed to badly scratch his neck. It saved my virtue, but it enraged him. He beat me until he was exhausted, and he left me there in the woods. It's a miracle you weren't killed. I'm gonna say nothing here. Mother Cecilia had me removed from Kirsau for my safety until I could recover. The wounds to my body have healed, but the attack has left a lasting injury in my mind. I have to say, this sounds like a strong motive to kill the Baron. So, did you kill the Baron? I'll go with the first one. I was angry. I was filled with hate, yes, but it's been years. Mother Cecilia and Father Thomas helped me move past the anger to find love in this community. Father Thomas? Yes, Father Thomas is our confessor. We can talk to Mother Cecilia about our problems, but only a priest can hear our confessions. Sister Matilda, did you receive a strange note recently? Yes, how did you know? Baron Rothvogel received one. What did it say? Here, look for yourself. Erinnert ihr euch, was er getan hat? Die Gewalt, die ihr gelitten hast? Der rote Vogel fliegt. Matuten Kapitelhaus. Okay, so erinnert ihr euch, was er getan hat? I mean, remember what he did? The violence you suffered, die Gewalt, die ihr gelitten hast. That seems, maybe it's very old-fashioned German, but like that would not be correct modern-day German grammar. Again, I don't know, maybe it was correct at the time. Now it would be die ihr gelitten habt and not hast, but who knows, maybe that was correct at the time. Der rote Vogel fliegt, the red bird flies, Rotvogel, you know. Rothvogel, the red bird. I found it in my bed in the nun's dormitory. You can keep it if you like. In your bed? Who could have put it there? The only people allowed beyond the garden are the sisters. I can't imagine any of them making this. Mother Cecilia and Sister Illuminata have beautiful handwriting, but both of them have been so kind to me. Thank you for your time, sister. God bless you, Master Marla. Okay. We also should talk to Sister Cecilia, I think. Is she somewhere else? Oh, what's in here? Sister Gertrude dries and stores all of her herbs here. Oh, there's a shovel? This shovel has blood on the blade. Not normal. Oh, okay. I think Sister Matilda uses it in the garden. I should ask her about it. Matilda, let's talk. God bless you, Master Mahler. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? You know, Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it is truly necessary. I have to ask you about your shovel. The garden's shovel? I wouldn't say it's mine. It belongs to the Abbey. I just use it more than the other sisters. There's blood on it. I recently used it to kill baby rabbits in the garden. The other sisters are too squeamish to do it. I didn't clean it because it was going right back in the dirt anyway. But why bring up the shovel? Oh, I understand. No, I didn't use it to kill the Baron. A man is not a rabbit. Thank you for your time, sister. God bless you, Master Mahler. Okay. Rabbit dispatcher, yes. Okay. Prioress house. There's the loquarium. Let's see. We should talk to Cecilia as well, as far as I remember. So let's see if we can find her. The doors into the convent are locked to outsiders, men at least, okay? Let's step outside. Prioress house. Is Cecilia in here? Cecilia, there you are. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I need to talk to you about the Baron, how you walked away with the sisters when he arrived. Given that the Baron was just murdered, it seems worth inquiring about the cause. Why? Do you not trust in the abbot's judgment? It's not that, I just want to understand what happened. No, of course I don't. Brother Piero? He wouldn't hurt a mouse. Do you? Do you? That is not an answer, Andreas. You must be careful how you ask and answer questions right now. The abbot does not want anything to interfere with the Archdeacon's investigation. That includes you. Then help me. Help you what? Blame someone else for the murder? Well, yes, you know that Piero didn't murder the Baron. It had to have been someone else. I will not condemn someone else to death. In doing nothing, you are allowing Brother Piero to die. Is that any better? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Or I'm not asking you to condemn someone, just to help me understand what happened. No, I'll go with the first one. I am simply a nun. Why do you think I can help you? You know what happens at the Abbey better than anyone. I saw how you retreated when the Baron arrived. You must know something about what's going on. Let's go with the first one first. Better than the abbot? The abbot sees only the brother's side. You need to watch over the sisters and know what's happening with the brothers. True. Alright, I did have reason to be concerned about Baron Rothvogel's presence. The Baron caused irreparable harm to one of the sisters on his last visit. The damage was severe enough that she had to leave us for some time. Wait, Sister Matilda? Matilda told me. Of course. What happened to Sister Matilda was tragic. Lorenz, the Baron, tried to seduce Sister Matilda. She rebuked him several times. So one morning he attacked her in the meadow on her way to town. He dragged her into the woods. Sister Matilda is a strong woman, but her resistance was met with violence. When pilgrims to the shrine found her, she had been beaten so badly she could barely move. My God, I'm assuming the Baron didn't suffer any consequences for this attack? I'm gonna go with the second one, because, probably he's a noble. No, I knew he wouldn't. I also knew that bringing the attack to the attention of Father Matthias would put him in an impossible position. The Baron would suffer no consequences, but the abbot would have refused his continued patronage. I concealed the assailant's identity from Father Abbot and had Sister Matilda taken to a hermitage near Mittenwald. Mittenwald, a small municipality known for its transalpine routes between Augsburg, Innsbruck and Milan. Massive amounts of coin and trade pass through Mittenwald each year. Okay. She stayed there under the care of sisters until she recovered and could return. You really don't think the abbot would have taken action against the Baron? How did Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron again in Kirsau? She deserved better than to be shuffled away to a hermitage. I mean, yeah, she did. I don't know if the abbot could have done anything, since the Baron seems to be, a bit more influential. She deserved better than to be shuffled away to a hermitage. You're right, of course. I can only pray that the Lord will repay the debt that I incurred. You really don't think the abbot would have taken action against the Baron? No, I'm positive that he would have. In doing so, he would have jeopardized the existence of this community. Try to understand how hard it is for my kind to believe that any man, especially a nobleman, could be held accountable. I'm not proud of what I did, Andreas, but what's done is done. How did Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron again at Kirsau? Andreas, if you want me to tell you that, I think Sister Matilda... If you want me to tell you that I think Sister Matilda killed the Baron, I won't. Seeing him was hard for her, of course. She defended her virtue from the Baron, but her injuries were severe. Her body recovered in time. Her mind, I don't know if it ever will. She still fights him in her dreams. She wakes in the night, screaming, soaked in her own sweat. So it affected her, yes, it still affects her. That doesn't mean she wanted to kill the Baron. It certainly doesn't mean she actually did. Sister Matilda is a faithful servant and friend of Christ. I believe that truly, Andreas. She is respected and beloved by this community for good reason. Very well, thank you, Mother Cecilia. Andreas, if you want to thank me, do not mention Sister Matilda to the Archdeacon. I do not believe she could have done this. Just because you believe it doesn't mean it's so. Of course, that's for the Archdeacon to decide. Of course. God bless you, Andreas. Yeah, I would be willing to keep her name out of this. This door must lead into the rest of the convent, not for me. Okay. Yeah, I believe the story that the Baron did something like that. That he wasn't faithful to his wife is known by the disease he carried. So that makes sense, and that, a nobleman would try something like that is also far from unheard of. So, what can I say? Let's take a look at the infirmary. Let's try to talk to Florian. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, he doesn't have anything more to say. Anything here? That's just... Most of these medicines were made by Agnes Steinauerin with some help from Sister Gertrude. Okay, and this painting we looked at as well, right? St. Luke, the patron of artists, is also the patron of healers. Okay. There's the chapter house, monastery, loquarium. Let's see. Let's just take a look around. There's the cloister again, there's the church. Not much going on in here right now. Let's step back into the cloister. Oh, it's Volkbert. Good day, Andreas. Do you need something? Father Abbot said I should help you if you needed. it. So here I am. There is a matter I need your help with, Brother Volkbert. I don't need anything just now, but thank you, Brother Volkbert. I suspect there's something hidden in Gerhard's grave. Do you think you could dig it up for me? Did you ask Father Gernot? I want to help, but I don't think I should unless he says it's alright. Lie, yes, I definitely did talk to the abbot. He says it's fine, but don't ask him about it. That's very blatant. I'll go talk to the abbot. Fine, that's good. Be well, Andreas. I might rope someone else into that. Someone who's more willing to do that. Courtyard and lavatorium. Is anyone here? Ah, it was Sebat. Okay. Andreas, I'm sorry about what happened to what's happening to Brother Piero. I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe he could have killed the Baron. He didn't. I'm going to figure out who did. Do you have any idea who might have done it? Did you see anything? Sadly, no. Most mornings I spent my time reading in the courtyard, but the rain made that impossible. And although the brothers are friendly, I do not know them well enough to speculate. I'm sorry. I know it might be far from your mind, but have you considered my offer to eat with you and the townspeople? The Gospel says that man cannot live on bread alone, but from time to time a little bread is required. Perhaps later. Of course, I understand. God give you health. Until later. I hope we can actually get around to that. I want to, eat with as many people as I can because they might know some things. Anything in here? Oh, that was just the arrow of where I was going. Okay. Let's go back to the cloister. And keep going. There's the refectory. Anyone in here? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Anyone in the kitchen? It's Lucas and Voislav. Hello. Okay. I'm sorry, Andreas. I can't let you down here. Father Gernot doesn't want anyone talking to Brother Piero before the Archdeacon arrives. Okay, 1 second. Just had to refill my tea again. What am I going to do? Elope with him? Just a few minutes? That's ridiculous. What am I going to do? Elope with him? I know. Just a few minutes? I really shouldn't. I can't let this go. I won't let this go. Okay. Said Gernot was absurd for detaining Piero. Angrily denied Piero was angry at Lorenz. Said Gernot's behavior was ridiculous. Okay, so he doesn't seem to be the biggest fan of Gernot. Damn it, Andreas. You have 2 minutes. There we go. To the root of the problem, because it's the root cellar. Andreas, you shouldn't be down here. I know, but I had to make sure you were alright. I know, but I wanted to ask you about what happened. What happened? Why, I don't know. I wanted to speak with Father Abbot about the Baron's commission to tell him that I had full faith in your abilities. I went through the chapter house instead of exiting directly to the gardens so I could avoid some of the rain. Perhaps it would have been better to have endured. What happened in the chapter house? I saw the Baron's body in the middle of the room. When I went to his side, I tried to rouse him. It sounds foolish, but it was then that I noticed the blood. I picked up the knife. It was near the Baron's hand. And then I heard Brother Matthew's voice asking me what happened. You and the others found me after that. Did you see anything or anyone in the chapter house? Anything that could suggest the real murderer? No, nothing that I remember. I'm sorry, Andreas. I wish I could be of more help to you, to the abbot. No, you have nothing to apologize for. The abbot, he's the one who put you in here. Yeah, he's the one who put you in here. He is still my abbot. I must respect his wishes. Now, please, respect mine and leave me before you and Brother Voislav draw the abbot's ire. Take care, Brother Piero. God be with you. Was unfortunately less helpful than I would have hoped. Let's see, large garden. No one here. It's Gernot. Andreas. I trust you are abiding by my command to leave Piero and the rest of the monastics in peace? I've been abiding by your command, frustrating though as it is. No, I've been pursuing other leads as you should be. Maybe. Have you made any progress in finding the Baron's true murderer? I'll lie for now. I do not appreciate your characterization of my reasonable request as frustrating. Nevertheless, I must admit I must admit I have not heard any complaints about your behavior, for which I am grateful. I know you and Brother Piero are close. You must trust that if Piero is innocent of the Baron's death, God will reveal as much to the Archdeacon. There is more at stake here than you understand, Andreas. Given that I am not the Lord and don't have perfect understanding of all things, of course that's the case. That may be, but I can't in good conscience let an innocent man face death while a murderer runs loose. What is at stake here exactly? What is at stake here exactly? Aside from an innocent man's life, of course. There are few extant double monasteries with working scriptoriums any longer. They're costly to operate and the church does not approve of them. Baron Rothvogel was a friend of the Prince Bishop, and if the Prince Bishop were so inclined, he could order the abbey closed and our community disbanded. A community of which you are not a member, and so whose precarity you can't understand. I thought you were a clever man, Andreas. Your ignorance disappoints me. I'm ignorant of a lot of things, for example, the identity of who really murdered Lorenz Rothvogel. I don't wish to disappoint you, Father Gernot, but neither do I wish for an innocent man to die based on circumstance alone. I'll go with the latter, which is why I've come to you with a request. And? I have reason to believe there is something hidden in Brother Gerhard's grave, and I'd like to dig it up. I have reason to believe Briar Ferenc has hidden something in Brother Gerhard's grave, and I'd like to dig it up. Ferenc is Gernot's assistant. Suggesting Ferenc might have killed Lorenz might anger the abbot if the two are close. The brothers chose Gernot over Ferenc because they didn't find Ferenc trustworthy. Gernot might not either. Let's go with the second. I could keep Ferenc's name out of it entirely, but then my reasoning would sound rather vague. I'll go with the second. What does that have to do with the death of Baron Rothvogel? I suspect the weapon used to murder the Baron may be buried there. I'm not certain of the connection yet, but I have a hunch. Is that leaning too far out the window, maybe? I'll go with the second one. Do you take me for a fool? I will not let you exhume Brother Gerhard's body on a hunch. What does it... okay, logician background, convinced Gernot you left the abbey alone, objected to Piero's assumed guilt. He was a brother of this abbey, and he should be left in peace. Just as I would like to be. Leave now and do not pester me about this again. Well, we're gonna have to do it behind his back then. We're gonna have to find the other guy. What was his name? The one I said I was gonna talk to this about. Was he at the animal pens? Like, yeah, asking and then doing it without permission is of course worse than doing it without permission and apologizing otherwise in situations like that, at least from how someone might perceive that. But, you know, I hoped I might be able to convince first, but no, apparently not. Can I not just take the shovel that I got to do that? Can't I just do that myself? Who's here? There's Guy. Good day, Andreas. Let's go into the scriptorium. Okay, anybody in here? There's Edok and Ferenc. Let's talk to Ferenc. Ah, Andreas. What an awful time. Awful time. A baron murdered in Kiersau. These are dark days indeed. Brother Piero, I admit I would have never thought him the type. What could have possessed him? You can't believe Brother Piero would have killed the Baron. It's not in his nature. Piero is a half step from the grave. You really think he could have killed a man in his prime? I'll go with the second one. School your tongue, Andreas. A murderer he may be, but the man is still your brother in Christ. Envy and pride inspire men to madness, Andreas, even old men. But you have come to me for a reason. Do you need something? You rushed into the scriptorium and hit something strange at your desk. Do we just say that? Sure. Pardon? And why were you sneaking about the scriptorium? What was it you were holding? I thought I caught a glimpse of astrological symbols. Why are you trying to distract me? I can ask questions too. What was so important you had to be late for TAS? I wasn't sneaking. I dropped a bottle of paint on the floor and was cleaning it up. What was it you were holding? I thought I caught a glimpse of astrological symbols. Just an academic interest of mine. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. Let us seek a common understanding. Master Mahler, as two brothers in Christ... please, let's... I love to understand things. I'm just gonna say nothing. The scriptorium is my domain, and you are a guest here. And so long as that is true, I do not answer to you, but the abbot only. Is that clear? I suppose, if you don't mind me asking, why aren't you the abbot? Oh, so poking some wounds? Sure. It's an elected position, isn't it? Did your brothers not find you fit? Are you not better suited to the job given your age and experience? I'll poke the wound, but not too firmly. That's not... I will not discuss this with you. Are we done here? For now. Be well, Prior Ferenc. Bless you, Master Mahler. Let's talk to Edok. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, he doesn't have anything else to say. Okay. Now, where else could we go? There's the Prior's house. Anything in there? Oh, what's that? Someone was in a hurry to get rid of this parchment. Keine Gerechtigkeit, angeklagt wie die Frauen von Innsbruck. Die Inquisition ist sein Hammer. Fangt den roten Vogel. Matutine Kapitelhaus. No justice. Accused like the women of Innsbruck. The Inquisition is his hammer. Catch the red bird. Again, the two places. Smells recent. Probably wasn't burnt more than a day ago. Burnt note. Okay. Can we ask him about it? Well, he probably wouldn't like us being in his house. But he doesn't like us anyways.